Today we're going to be looking at TikToks only introverts can relate to. If you don't know what an introvert is, it's basically me, who's someone who doesn't like to go out and socialise with people. I very much enjoy being in my little room, socialising with absolutely nobody and basically digging myself into a hole. Introverts when their extroverted friends bring them to a party.
What do I do? I what? Wait, sorry. What do I do?
I mean, that is true, if they don't know how to socialise and mingle, like, how do you mingle? How do you describe mingling to somebody like me who doesn't mingle? It's like trying to get someone who doesn't play rugby to go and play rugby and win the game for everyone. I also feel like I'm kind of like a fake introvert. Like, I feel like whenever I'm around people, I can act fine, but it takes me a while. It takes me a while to warm up. I'm kind of like a hot water bottle, you gotta fill me up with the warm water, and whenever I'm filled up, I'm set.
Hey, Dad, I'm gonna go to a party. I need you to do something for me. You have friends? I mean, sure, what? Okay, rude. Well, the party's at 10. I need you to call me at exactly 11 and make up some fake excuse that I need to come back home. Why can't you just socialize?
I mean, at least you're getting invited to parties. I've never been to a party. Fun fact, I've never been to a bar or a nightclub. I am 20 years old. I just don't enjoy that stuff. I love FaceTime. That's what I love. A lot of my friends do live in England. I live in Northern Ireland. So, it's not like I'm going out into the nightlife in Northern Ireland. But what I will say, one day I'm going to be moving to London. And whenever I move to London, I'm going to be an extrovert. So I might have to do an update video in about a year because I'm going to be going out every single night.
If I text you TikToks, if I share TikToks with you textually, it means you're important to me.
I send my friends about 50 TikToks a day. It's actually quite bad. But they've said to me they really appreciate it because it's like a customized For You page. A lot of me and my friends have like very similar humor. So if I see a TikTok, I'll send it to them. And a lot of times they've already sent me that. There's been so many times when I've sent someone a TikTok and the TikTok that they just sent me is the exact same one. And it's kind of like Uno. It's like, oh my god, we sent each other the exact same TikTok at the exact same time. But that's how you know that I really like you. Like if I genuinely vibe with you and me and you get along, I'll be sending you TikToks 24/7. And you better be thankful.
Tell me you're an introvert without saying you're an introvert. I'll go first. If I'm at a gas station and I'm paying with my card at a pump and it says, please see cashier, I will get back in my car and drive to another gas station.
I don't drive, but that would totally be me. Whenever I go into the shop, I always try my best to go in whenever it's most empty, especially at night. That's kind of why I go out for walks at night time, because I feel like I'll see people in my area and they're like, oh, I know you. And then it's like, oh my god, I don't want you to know me. That's also why I really love, self-checkout places, especially at like Tesco's and, loads of shops. Now, I think there should be a mix of both. I feel like there should be, checkouts where you can talk to the people and then checkouts where you do it on your own. But I'm telling you right now, that would totally be me. Like, if you actually have to go inside and talk to a cashier, Like, what you talk about? You tell them your whole life story.
Goodbye.
But when will I see you again?
Oh, never. Never.
Never?
Well, maybe someday.
When? Tomorrow?
Oh, no.
Exactly, I need about 4 months to literally recharge. It is kind of like charging up a phone, you have to charge up your social battery. For example, if I go out to get a haircut, I have to prepare 2 days beforehand. First of all, I have to make sure I'm up in time. I have to make sure, I'm shaved, I'm clean, I've showered. I also have to have a plan in my head. If I say someone I don't want to say, I have to try and make an excuse. I'm telling you, it takes a lot of planning. Like, if you're an introvert and you have to go out into the world, it really does take a lot of planning. I'll be planning days beforehand to do something.
As an introvert, I have never understood FOMO, fear of missing out. I think what I actually have is phobia, fear of being invited.
That's exactly me. And the thing is, it used to be the complete opposite. When I was 16, I was like a complete extrovert. I always had the fear of missing out. Nowadays, I just don't care. Because thinking about it now, obviously, whenever I meet up with my friends, a lot of times we just go to each other's houses and sit on our phones. So it's like we weren't really doing anything. I could have been doing much better things. But nowadays, I don't care. And I think it's because I'm so peaceful. Like, I've just got so much peace with myself. I wake up, I eat, I do a bit of work, I film my videos, I edit them, I post them, I talk to you guys in the comments. I am so at peace. I don't need to go out there for friendships. I don't need to go to bars, clubs, etc. I've literally just got me and all my pace. Like, I don't have a fear of missing out on anything.
What is that one thing that keeps you mentally stable that you'd probably go crazy without?
If anyone interrupts my nightly alone time before bed, I will drop a verbal can of whoop ass and I will cuss a motherfucker out. That is a promise.
Oh, sweetheart, that is me. Like, I kind of have certain times during the day where you can't talk to me, especially in the morning. For some reason, when I wake up in the morning, my mum always asks me loads of questions. It's like I'm literally getting interviewed by the police. I'll be in the kitchen making cereal, making my coffee, I'll be sat down eating it, and she'll just walk over and be like, oh, what you up to? What you doing today? And it's like, I'm sorry, I've just woken up. Do not speak to me right before I've woken up or right before I'm gonna go to sleep. And it's never throughout the day. It's anytime during the day, lunchtime, dinner time, I have a conversation. But no, they always decide to do it the one time I I don't want to talk.
No, I don't think you understand. I want to date you. I want to hang out and eat junk food and watch bad movies and just open myself up to you emotionally, physically, all of that. But I also want you to leave me alone.
That is such a struggle though. I've had so many talking stages with guys and like I just know for a fact it's not going to work out. Because for me, I have to have my own like space. I don't think I could sleep in a bed with another man. I don't think I could spend hours a day with them. You know, like what you talk about, you just sort of sit there and do nothing. For me, I'm so used to, you know, being on my own and being peaceful around my mum and dad. Like, I don't need a man. You know how we were talking about FOMO earlier in the video? I have a fear of getting into a relationship. F-O-A-R. Fear of a relationship.
I really like hanging out with you for 30 minutes at a time. What I like most about our friendship is that we can just sit in silence and it's not awkward. The talking part though, very awkward. If you show up uninvited at my house ever again, I will murder you. If you didn't call me so much, I wouldn't let you go to voicemail so much. Wow, we haven't seen each other in months. And that's perfectly all right with me. At this party we're going to, I'm gonna use you as a social shield so I don't have to talk to strangers.
You're going to parties, you're not a proper introvert. He said one thing there that really triggered my fight or flight mode, turning up to someone's house uninvited. I mean, I'll turn up to someone's house uninvited, but if they turn up to mine or like are in my area, I get freaked out. One time I was sat in my room and a guy I used to be friends with literally messaged me and he's like, oh, I'm literally in your area, what you up to, can I come to your house? I genuinely thought I died, went up to heaven, down hell and back to earth. Like I just started freaking out. I was like, oh my god, you're in my area, don't come to my house, don't come to my house. And he's like, oh, why, you know, you can come out and chat. And I'm like, sweetheart, you know, if I'm going to meet someone, I need to, you know, I need to prepare. It's like an exam, like you have to study how to like communicate.
Ready to go get a drink? Yep. Cool. Oh, by the way, I invited a bunch of my old buddies from college. What the man? What? Why are you mad? Because now it's overwhelming. I'm gonna need a nap after all this now because I'm gonna have to get to know all these new people and act like I'm interested.
I just wouldn't turn up. I'm sorry, I'm not turning up. If I'm going to see someone, don't invite your friends. If you're planning on inviting them with me, that's different. Like, I'm fine if I'm going out with my friend and their friends, but if their friends come unannounced, it's different. It's kind of like, oh, what? You know, I thought it was just gonna be me and you. I didn't realize your friends were coming. You know, I'm fine with being around my friends, but it's like, you need to let me know. And yet again, preparing, like I have to go for that charging up my battery thing. One of my older friends pulled a move like that at me before and I've never forgiven her.
What even was that?
I mean, to be fair, I only really go out and like talk to people once a year. It's actually quite like refreshing. The thing is, I love being on my own and it's actually quite dangerous because you really are super peaceful. You can become very isolated though and sometimes a bit lonely. I haven't got to that stage, thank God, because I've got friends who live in England. I talk to them on the phone. So technically I do speak to people every day. It's just like online, which is different. But I'm telling you, whenever it comes to real life, I'm the most introverted person ever.
Oh, am I so awkward?
That is me after I got my hair cut. Like, whenever you're getting your haircut, it is so hard to have a conversation. Are you ever having a conversation with someone and like the conversation ends, you sort of just sit there for like 10 seconds? Like, sometimes whenever I'm in the barber, I like to keep the conversation flowing. I'm quite good at that because I'm quite a chatty person. I think because of YouTube, it's really helped my confidence whenever it comes to talking to people because like I can talk to a camera, so I can talk to anyone. But sometimes whenever you talk to someone, like the conversation isn't flowing on their end, it's so triggering. Like fight or flight, that's what it literally like sets off. But then to be fair, I don't want to be annoying, which is why I sometimes don't go out. I don't know, I feel like I speak a lot, so it's like if I'm gonna speak to someone, you know, I'm either gonna fully go at it or not speak at all.
How was your 2020?
It was amazing. I didn't have to socialize with anyone.
You didn't have to socialize?
No, it was amazing.
So you liked it?
Yeah, in my little bubble.
You don't like people?
Absolutely not. They're horrible.
Literally, I found lockdown so easy because basically I've been in lockdown quarantine for quite a few years. Let me think, whenever I was 17 to 18, I was kind of in lockdown. I kind of would go out like once every couple months. Like my friends would always say you're literally hibernating, which is true. So then lockdown happened from when I was 18 to 19, and now that I'm like 20, people are like open again, but I'm still in lockdown. I don't know, I just kind of love being in quarantine. Like that's what I kind of use as an excuse. Like sometimes my friends are like, oh, do you want to come out this week? And I'm like, oh no, I can't, sorry, you know, social distancing, COVID. Even though it's not like really a thing, but I still use it as like an excuse. This is me at restaurants. Oh. That's me whenever I'm at restaurants. Like if I'm at a restaurant with my friend, like I have to go to like the toilet. I don't actually need to go to the toilet. I just need to get in there for a minute just to breathe in, breathe out. You know, if you're gonna go around and socialize with people whenever you're not used to it, you know, you have to have breaks. It's kind of like going to the gym. You've got to give yourself a wee minute breather.
I just want to say that it's totally fine to be an introvert or to be more quiet. Because I feel like as introverts, our whole lives, we are being told to like speak up more and to be less quiet. As if being more kept to ourselves and being a more calm person is a bad thing when it's really not. Like my whole life I've tried so hard to be an extrovert and to like talk more and to be more outgoing, but it just feels so forced and it adds so much pressure to any social event, and that's just not me, and that's okay. And we all know those questions that we get. Why are you so quiet? Can you talk? Are you okay? Can you speak up? And most of the times those questions are asked in such a condescending way, and it doesn't help us at all. If anything, it makes me even more uncomfortable, and it makes me want to leave at that very second. Just want to say that there's nothing wrong with being a more calm and quiet person. There's nothing wrong if you like to listen more than to talk. People just need to leave introverts alone.
I feel like with introverts, there's different types of introverts. There's an extroverted introvert and then an introverted extrovert. Oh my god, that was a tongue twister. With me, I love being in my room and having time on my own. You know, where I can just be with me, my head and my thoughts. Like, I really enjoy that. But I also do really love going out and talking to people. So I'm certainly not a quiet introvert. I'm a very loud introvert. I feel like I'm kind of like on a spectrum where it's like bipolar. You know, one day I'm really introverted, the next I'm really extroverted. For the past few years I have been very introverted because COVID and etc. But you know, in the next year I probably will be a lot more extroverted. But yeah, if you are introverted, don't worry about it. You just do you. Sometimes us people, you know, just don't like to be super extroverted. Well, anyways guys, that's some TikToks that only people who are introverts can relate to. I related to literally every single one. If you want to see me do more videos like this in the future, let me know, definitely will. Press that big red subscribe button and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video.